Those blueprints that I talked about, that we do in the planning stage, a self-declaration of independence, where we do as Thomas Jefferson did. Instead of enumerating the grievances of Great Britain, we enumerate our own areas of improvement and what we're going to declare our independence from within those realms of which we can control our thoughts, speech, and actions. Then we go to drafting a self-constitution. We become the James Madison of our own lives. And we have a preamble, which is our personal vision. We write Article 1, which is a personal mission. Article 2, which is personal values, identification, clarification, and prioritization. Article 3 is personal standards. Have you ever really thought about what are my standards? What will I do and what won't I do? When the rubber meets the road, am I going to do this or am I going to do that? What are my standards? What are my long-term goals? What's my vision of the future there? A SAL Advisory Board is a collection the self-action leader makes of individuals, either living or dead, could be historical figures in the past. About half of my SAL Advisory Board is no longer living. And most of those I never knew personally. They're just people in history, like Ralph Waldo Emerson or Abraham Lincoln, who I said, you know what? I've studied this person's life. I kind of want to be like them in various ways. I'm going to put them as my SAL Advisory Board. It becomes a creative mode of inspiration for who we want to become on our own journey towards self-actualization. Article 6, 7, 8, 9, if you want additional content, you can put that in there. Obviously, it's yours. This is not ours, this is yours. Notarization, a signature of self and witness, just like John Hancock, remember in the Declaration of Independence? He wrote it so big, he says, I want King George to be able to see it without his reading glasses. You get to put your own John Hancock on your own self-constitution. And lastly, a process for amending so that you can go back and change it as you grow, as you evolve, as you get better as a human being. Now, the cool thing about this, I'm super passionate about this because of what it's done in my own life. I got an early start at this kind of stuff, and it was kind of a wonkily early start. I attended my first time management seminar when I was 7 or 8 years old. And I know that sounds kind of wonky, but it was just a stroke of familial fate. My uncle taught time management seminars, and one day in 1988, he was coming through town, and he said, and my parents said, hey, Uncle Hiram's here. We're going to go listen to him teach a seminar. And when you're 7 or 8, you do what your parents say, right? So here I was at the seminar. Well, I'm so glad that happened because at a very young age, it began planting ideas, seeds of goal setting, values clarification, and putting all this kind of stuff together. Then when I was in college, I took a course on leadership. And in this leadership course, our final project, in lieu of a final test, was to create a personal leadership statement. And I became so enthralled by the concept that I could become an architect of my fate. I could draw some plans here and then live according to them, that was one of the only assignments of my whole academic career I actually saved. And I kept it on my computer and I kept working it and working it and working it. And today I have myself Constitution. It has been amended many times as I have grown and as I have matured and as I have progressed. And I don't always live according to it perfectly. But I do believe that there is a certain nobility in trying, in making the effort. For those of you that may be interested, we have templates so that you can create your own Declaration of Independence and Self-Constitution online. Here's the information for that, if you would like to take that down. George Washington Dome. Life sculpture. Chisel in hand stood a sculpture boy with his marble block before him. And his eyes lit up with a smile of joy as an angel dream passed o'er him. He carved it then on the yielding stone with many a sharp incision. With heaven's own light the sculptor shone. He'd caught that angel vision. Children of life are we as we stand with our lives uncarved before us, waiting the hour when at God's command our life dream shall pass o'er us. If we carve it then on the yielding stone with many a sharp incision, its heavenly beauty shall be our own, our lives, that angel vision.